It's Monday Night Football here at the Ashenheim Stadium, the home of Jamaica College. It's Cavalier against Vere United. Really cool conditions here at the home of JC, and we're looking ahead to this encounter. We expect it to be an interesting one as both teams aiming to move up the table, both with different agendas and different ideologies, looking to make a mark in this one. Let's now hear from the coaching staff, starting with Cavalier and their technical director, Rudolph Speed.
Rudolph, a pretty good start to the year for Cavalier. 4 wins in 5 in the month of January. A bit of a rocky start to February. What will you put that down to?
Well, I'm not sure, but I want to put it behind me and move on. So, as you know, we're in first in January and we dropped down all the way to third, to fourth now. So I want to put that behind us as soon as possible. So we have worked on a few things and hope they come to fruition today.
Of course, a victory today will put you back in third position.
Correct.
So a very important 3 points. A fixture that you have won earlier this season.
Oh yeah, but they are a much different team now. We are the only one who had scored 3 goals on them. They have only conceded 5 since in 13 games. So it's really a team that is on the mend and getting better and better. They have not scored a lot, but when they have scored, they have made good on it. They have held on to wins or draws. So yeah, interesting game.
And generally this season, you've scored a lot of goals. I mean, more than we'd have seen at this point last year from a Cavalier perspective. All the players coming into focus, especially Colin Anderson. Do you feel that that energy is still there, or you think it's wavering a bit?
Well, it's slack off a bit, definitely, you know. But if you look at those games, even the ones we lost, even the one to Arnett Garden, we had 14 shots on goal. The one against Waterhouse was the same. So that intensity with shots is there. It's just that we're not converting. So we'll work on that part to have a higher percentage conversion or hit the target rate. So hope we get it right today.
For a long time this season, Vere United have been frustrating their fans, frustrating their management team. But now, 2 wins in 3 matches and a draw to go with that. Things are looking up.
Well, that is the objective. We want to continue our movement up the table, get into a better position. We think we are better than what the table is currently reflecting, so we'll continue to work on that.
And how important was it for Lamar Neal to come back into the setup? He scored their last 2 goals. A very experienced player, but was suffering from injuries earlier, but now he's coming back in and is making a difference.
Yes, it's very good. It's coincident that both of us, when I got there, he came back, and he's producing the goods so far. Long may it continue.
And you've still kept that defensive record that we've seen all along. 3 clean sheets in a row. So that's what Vere has built their team around, good defensive effort and concentration at the back.
Well, it's always good to have a solid foundation from which to launch. And we are doing well defensively. Not that we are out to be a defensive team, but we are playing well as a unit defensively. And we hope to continue in that vein and get some goals at the other end as well.
This was a tough fixture for you at the start of the season. Obviously, you lost 3-0 in the previous fixture. What are you looking to do differently today to change the result?
Well, it's some time off from that. The mindset in the team, I think, has changed. The guys are upbeat now, they are confident, and they believe they can compete with any team at this level. So we'll go out there today and show that.
As we take a look at the head-to-head here, Cavalier with victory earlier this season by 3-0, and they've had the better of Vere United in the past 5 fixtures. Vere with just the 1 victory there, and of course last year it would have been a 0-0 draw. So Cavalier really looking to continue their run as far as getting the better of Vere United is concerned. But Vere, as you mentioned, Chris Taylor, in the interview, they have picked up 7 points in their last 3 matches, having scored a couple of victories and a draw as well.
Yeah, and that man who was just in screen, responsible for both goals, Lamar Neal, senior player now. What Vere were lacking before his return was that creative element, that eye for goal, and I think Lamar Neal has brought that. No one knows it better than Colin Anderson as well, who's gone, 10 goals so far this season. Leading goal scorer for Cavalier and the 2nd highest goal scorer in the Jamaica Premier League this season. So, yeah. But I agree with Rudolph Speed that Vere are improving. They are a much different team to when they defeated them by 3-0 last year, October, I believe that was. So, yeah. have to pay attention to them. Not only are they difficult to break down now, but now they're starting to get goals and points.
Yep. Both these teams making their way onto the field. And again, Cavalier, they are 3 points away from being back in the top 3. And they'll be hoping to get the maximum points. They do have the star names. Well, at least star names at the junior level. Still hoping to be more consistent at the senior level. We'll now pause for the playing of the national anthem. Jamaica in their familiar yellow and green and white strips. Or Vere United, I should say. Formerly Jamaica, but yes, now going by the name Vere United. They have scored the least amount of goals in the league this season. They've just been overtaken by Chapelton, who have now scored 5 goals now. But Jamaica with just 4 goals to their name. Cavalier, on the other hand, they have been a goal-scoring force, one of the top 3 attacking teams in the league with 24 goals beside their name. Alexi Perry will be in charge of this one. Just Carl Wilson and Shireen Elaine will assist him. Nurse Goldson, the 4th official.
So we have fair play, we have FIFA, fair man. FIFA, ball and direction. So you want the section, you're going that way, yeah? You're kick on. Joy. Joy.
Now let's take a look at the Cavalier starting lineup. They are working with a 3-5-2 formation. No Richard King, who got a red card out in the last game against Arnett Gardens. Vina Bartlett in goal, Giovanni Leng, Kyle Ming. Brian Elshot is the one who replaces King in the back line in the middle of the park. Christopher Ainsworth, Samuel Shakes, Jerome McCleary, Dwayne Atkinson and Ronaldo Webster behind the strikers Colin Anderson and Chanel Thomas.
3-5-2 is what they'll be playing Cavalier. Colin Anderson, their 10-goal man. Dwayne Atkinson with 5. And yeah, Chanel Thomas getting amongst the goals now. He has 2 in quick succession. Good to see Samuel Shakes back into the country and into the Premier League.
Vere United starting 11 sees Roger Williams between the sticks, Kieran Henry, Donovan Clark, Victoria Cummings, and Kemoy Phillips, the back 4 in the middle of the park, Shaquille Notice, Corton Wright, and Lamar Neal with a couple of goals to his name. Sean Campbell, Romario Bryan, and Orlando Lawrence. They are the trio up front for Vere United.
4-3-3 is what Vere United will be playing, and yeah, Lamar Neal with their last 2 goals will be the main man they'll be expecting up front to score.
Well, we were eager to get this one underway even before our cameras were in place, but we're on the way here at the Ashland Stadium. Let's hope this is not an indication of what is to come. As Vere United, they have a call in their favor early on in this piece. And it's a free kick. Lamar Neal already being cut down. Vere United trying to beat the Cavalier press in the opening stages of this one. Yeah, we'll see a lot of that from Cavalier, who would want to make a mark early in this game. Thomas winning that one. And trying to start to play out wide. Scored a goal of the season contender. Last time out against Darnick Gardens did Shanil Thomas, although it wasn't a losing cause, a consolation, if you will. Of course, Cavalier, they also have the second leading goal scorer in the Jamaica Premier League in Colin Anderson. He was cooled off in the last couple of weeks, but Neil picks it up for Vere United and trying to play it out wide, but Elchett was in the way. Oh, that's a lovely takedown, you know. It's played out wide. But Leng, strong enough over on the far side. There is Woodall Speed, the man in charge at Cavalier. Already has won the Premier League with this young squad. Took place 2 seasons ago. Free kick to Vere. Linville Dixon is the man in charge of this Vere unit, former national defender. Vere United looking to make this count. No issues there for Bartlett. Kemoy Phillips usually plays his trade on the left side of the defense. He's now playing over on that right-hand side. Neil, you're going to see him on the ball a lot. There's Corton Wright, or Romario Bryan rather.
Yeah, when he did flick on the ball, he got a touch. Perry didn't see it, the referee. But he seems to be in quite some pain, right? Brian, sorry.
Yeah, Corton Wright actually used to wear the number 45 at one stage. But yeah, Wright is now wearing the number 8. It's Brian who is now courting the 45. Said he had to get on the score sheet. But then again, just 2 goal scorers in the starting lineup for Vere United. They haven't been quite prolific. Lamar Neal with a couple of them. Orlando Lawrence with the other goal in the starting lineup. Yeah. Romario Bryan, I'm sure, will be taking the advice of Captain America and walk it off. Vere to restart. Len covering that one. The Cavalier backline will be hoping that they have an easy afternoon, especially without Richard King. I suspect that McCleary will be helping out the backline a lot this evening.
I've had a
Ball over the top looking for Colin Anderson. The keeper is off his line and provided enough disturbance in the force to thwart Anderson.
Yeah, I don't think they should underestimate the speed of Anderson. He was there in a flash. And I don't know if anybody on the field will be as quick as him. That was dangerous.
Yep, they just got away with it.
Not sure who that pass was to. Cummins. Ricardo Dennis still out of the, not Ricardo Dennis, Ricardo Campbell. The actual team captain still out of the squad, central defender. Oh, the last 2 or 3 seasons he has really struggled with injuries. Been around a long time, Ricardo Campbell.
L shot. Threading that one through to Colin Anderson. Anderson, I thought he waited a little bit too long, but I think the ball was always moving away from him. Oh, Thomas has done really well and earns his team a corner kick.
Thomas didn't start the season, was in the US with his family for a while. Big Jamaica college player a few years ago. Sinead Thomas promised so much. Look at that for skill. Real an all-rounded player and forward. Good pass as well, and has scored 2 goals in the last 3 games.
Yeah, pretty much. He's come back and tried to make the league his own. Here's a corner kick. Too much on it. But that was a terrible header, wasn't it? And Vere United.
That was an offensive header by a defender.
Yeah, it caused great offense in him trying to clear that one.
There has been a couple of games this season where Richard King has been out of that defense line, and Cavalier have actually stood up pretty well. Do remember he was away on national duty at some points, King. It wasn't Elshot that was in the frame at that point,
definitely not.
But doesn't matter. They have had an additional player brought into the 3-man fold at the back, and it's worked.
Yeah, they would have
with
missed,
Leng and Ming.
They would have missed utility players like Melvin Doxley,
who transferred to Mount Pleasant.
Right? Would have slot into that role there on the Rudolph speed. And Gibbons as well.
Kimani Gibbons, who has also moved on as well. He's gone overseas, player. Gibbons, hasn't he?
So yeah, they are missing a couple of utility players there, but you know, they're still quite a force, Cavalier. Ball over the top. It's a wonderful find, you know, and Atkinson couldn't keep that shot down.
I'm wondering why Atkinson went for so much elevation on the shot, though. Almost as if he thought he was further out.
I think he was just trying to wrap his foot around it and didn't make a proper connection. I think that was the case. As we take a look at it again.
Quick play on his own right.
Yeah, he was just trying to wrap his foot around it and was under it a little bit too much on that occasion. 5
goals and 2 assists for him this season, Dwayne Atkinson. Here he is again.
Yep, and just couldn't get by Fitzroy Cummings on that occasion. Henry does well to keep it in play, but his receiving partner, Orlando Lawrence, couldn't keep it in. Again, the ball hopefully over the top, looking for Chanel Thomas. Thomas inside the area. What a save that was from Roger Williams. From point blank range.
Was that Colin Anderson who got in there with the finish?
Or
I
maybe
think
it was Atkinson. We probably need to see the replay again.
Yeah, I think it was Anderson.
Yes, it was Anderson.
That's a top save.
Roger Williams, well, made himself big on that occasion.
I mean, Anderson was under pressure, didn't get the cleanest finish, but Williams, yeah, that was brave goalkeeping.
Indeed it was.
Quite a few clean sheets so far this season. Their last 3 games have been clean sheets. Vere United, second best defensive record, just 8 goals conceded. Only Mount Pleasant better in it with 7.
They are hard to break down. Cavalier would do well to use a lot of imagination this evening. They haven't scored a lot of goals, but the drawn results, they've put them in a decent position to go further away from the relegation zone. It's not good news for the likes of Falkland and Chapelton.
But out of their 14 games, they have had 8 clean sheets. to say that they sit, what, in 12th position? Amazing. Even though they have kept 8 clean sheets in 14.
The problem has always been the offense and them not producing in the final third.
Yeah, just 4 goals, as you said, in those 14. But as good as their last performance, and their last couple have been really good.
Yeah. As I said, the last 3 games, 7 points, including a couple of wins.
A 1-0 victory over Harbourview and a 1-0 victory over Falkland, who sit below them in 13th.
And Lamar Neal would have been instrumental
in both
those victories.
Last week they were reduced to 10 players, Vere United, and managed a 0-0 draw with Tivoli Gardens.
Roger Williams isn't spectacular between the sticks, but he does get the job done. And he'd like that one. Sean Campbell.
6 out of their last 7 games, Vere United, have been clean sheets. So that's even more amazing. Yes, 8 on the season, but 6 out of their last 7. Just a 1-0 loss to Dumble Holding on the 23rd of January, getting in the mix of that.
When you have a clean sheet, 50% of the job is done.
I must say, in the first 15 minutes, though, they haven't looked as solid as their results have shown. Even though Roger Williams did make that save, the fact is
that
Cavalier finding a few holes in their defense.
Yeah.
And the speed of Atkinson and Anderson causing problems.
It's a different kettle of fish, to be fair.
The speed.
Yeah. And they are the third most attacking team in the league, Cavalier?
24 goals. So what kind of fish are we talking about?
They're just quick.
Yeah, 24, just 2 behind Arnett Gardens, who have 26, and 3 behind Mount Pleasant, who have 27 in terms of goal scoring.
Speaking of Mount Pleasant, it has dried up for them for the last couple of games.
Yeah, and they still have the most goals scored.
Vere United edging the possession at the moment. Let's see what they can do with this play. I suggest most of their possession in their own half, Vere. But looking to stride forward now with confidence. Lovely touch inside, but a little bit too much. A little bit too much there.
Vino Bartlett, another St. Lucian in the league. National goalkeeper for St. Lucia as well. Vino Bartlett, you'll be hoping for easy breezy afternoon or evening. One back is starting place at the expense of Jadine White.
But it is good to see Jadine White on the bench now, though.
Yeah.
Has been missing out of the matchday squads with a foot injury. Had to do a minor surgery as well.
Yeah.
It could have gone all wrong for him, but
He's had some strange injuries over the last couple of years.
he has, hasn't he? Here's Shanil Thomas. Thomas whipping this one inside, and Vere United doing enough, putting that one into touch. Thomas collecting.
Ooh.
L shot. Yeah, he didn't make a proper connection on that one.
Should have taken a touch first, L shot.
Williams. A little more confident after making that save, I suggest.
Of course.
Anderson with the interception, gets it back now. Anderson getting some help. This is Webster. Oh, that's a wonderful challenge coming across.
Yeah, Webster was always going to struggle in that position because he wanted to get the ball onto his left foot, and they certainly weren't going to allow him to do that.
Yeah, Keon Henry with a strong challenge there.
Much weak on his right side, Ronaldo Webster.
Ball played inside, looking for Anderson. Maybe there was a slight deflection there, and Anderson couldn't quite get behind it. Play continues for Cavalier. Oh,
both himself and Thomas got in each other's way, it seems, as well. Because it wasn't a bad ball put into the area.
Ming nodding it back to Leng. Ball played over the top. Atkinson doing enough, and
that was nice skill as well.
Yeah,
Christopher Ainsworth,
probably
probably
the most experienced amateur in the Jamaica Premier League, to be fair.
He's left at Calabar to continue his footballing exploits on the professional stage. Christopher Ainsworth.
From the parish of Manchester, was founded in Manchester in 2017 by Cavalier and Rudolph Speed. Here's the ball coming inside at the back post. Williams should hold. Yep, he's a tall figure. He was always in charge of that one. Trying to belt that one out, but Ming was in the way. Well, those players, the Cavalier, they expect a lot from.
That was well done by Cavalier, though, to keep that in. Or did they?
I guess they did, but the offside flag went up.
Well, he does have a point, Roger Williams. The
He does.
offside wasn't in his area.
Exactly. Here's Atkinson. Has Thomas and Anderson for company.
Strong defending.
But Atkinson has done really well. Thomas comes across to help. Ainsworth. McCleary. Back to Ainsworth. Can he deliver? Headed behind for a corner.
Pace and nifty footwork of the Cavalier attackers causing problems for this resolute Vere defense, must be said. Many of their players quick and fleet-footed. Cavalier team, Ainsworth, Anderson, Atkinson, Thomas and company. Blessed with speed and trickery. Ronaldo Webster as well.
Corner kick coming from Atkinson. He didn't make a proper connection, but they're trying to make something out of it. And it goes behind. Last touch of Giovanni Leng. Goal kick to Vere.
That was such a poor delivery initially, but I wonder if it was meant to be.
A poor delivery? I doubt it.
Oh, well, a low delivery to the near post,
Got
I should have said.
Maybe that.
We call it poor initially because we didn't see it come over, but it was a flick from the near post to the back post and almost created an opportunity for Leng. So maybe that was something from the training ground.
Well, that was some bit of magic, I can tell you that. Henry keeping that one in. Couldn't keep possession though. That's a foul. Yeah. Late here on that occasion, Shaquille notice.
Another scuff cross by Anderson, though. He'll be wanting to make better connections from that kind of area. Not as potent when he's pulled wide like that, but still wants to provide better for his strike partner, Thomas.
Ainsworth sends it long. The flag stays down. Atkinson with Anderson in the middle. Thomas asking for it. He goes for the glory himself. And, well, he has 5 goals to his name. You saw his name in the headlines there.
He scored many like that, Atkinson. I think when he realized that he wasn't going to be able to out-muscle the defense and continue to goal, tried to cut it back just so he could whip it into the far corner with his right boot. He does that in his sleep. But yeah,
you know, he needed to have been sleeping there to get that one right, apparently, Chris Taylor. Ashline Stadium just has a different feel about it when the tents are up over on the far side.
As long as we're not in them.
But of course, a lot of track events here at this venue, and it is track season.
Yes.
So a lot of the events taking place during the hot afternoons.
In fact, when we arrived for the first game, there were quite a few athletes that were warming up here.
Yeah, senior athletes as well.
Athletes as well.
Well-known athletes, but you probably only knew about 2 of them.
Well, fair enough.
Yes.
Melanie Walker was one of them.
You didn't even know her.
Well, she was sporting a new hairstyle that had me fooled.
Yes, that's the difference, of course, of course.
Yes. Well, his hairstyle is still the same.
Similar to Melanie Walker, actually.
The wrong color.
The wrong color, though. Here's Henry. Vere United finding it a little bit difficult to advance into the attacking third, but they are keeping strong at the back for the time being. Again, long ball upfield, and that should be no issues for Bartlett.
Jermaine Douglas, the assistant coach of Vere United, head coach of Central High, who went all the way to the final of the Costa Cup only to lose to Clarendon College. What an achievement that was for himself and Central High.
Yeah. Well, here's Vere. He did stop running though. Probably should have advanced his cause with a run inside the area. As, oh, play stopped because Roger Williams needs some attention. Riddle Speed talking it over with his players. Still 0-0 here. They've had a couple of nibbles, a couple of chances. Jaden White, as we mentioned before, on the bench for Cavalier. He's back from a foot injury. Did a lot of work to try and get better and be back into the squad. Had a minor surgery on his leg.
Well, and he's done some work there.
Yeah, he has. But it's good to see him back on the bench. Of course, he's a part of the national setup, or was a part of the national setup in the not too distant past.
Yeah. Both himself and Nicholas Clark, the best goalkeepers I've seen at the schoolboy level in my years of covering schoolboy football. We saw Nicholas Clark for Tivoli Gardens the match before, and J.D. White for St. Andrew Technical.
So the game restarts after that stoppage.
Of course, there was one that Nicholas Clark actually attended Heidel in his schoolboy days.
Heidel did produce quite a few goalkeepers that I liked. Yeah. Shaquan Davis being another one. He's
still in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's with Mount Pleasant. He's recovering from injury and trying to stake a claim to be #1 again. That was the ambition from Mount Pleasant when they got his services, but injury kind of ruled him out for the last few weeks. But again, another star at the schoolboy football level, hoping to make the transition to the senior level.
Clark and White, though, phenomenal.
Yeah.
At the schoolboy level. Of course, I was saying in my time of analysing schoolboy football, that's been since 2012. Obviously, there are brilliant goalkeepers before. The goalkeeper coach at Tivoli Gardens, Edsel Robbie Scott, was one of the best many have seen, one of the best of the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Then went on to keep for Tivoli Gardens. He was exceptional, especially for someone of his height.
Anderson does well, sends this one inside the area on the volley off the post. Another opportunity here for Atkinson, and Vere will clear. Well, they have come really close. Really, really close, Cavalier, to break the deadlock. This is Elshot. Again, the ball over the top. Not the most convincing header away, but Vere United can't come away with it. That was a handled ball there.
In fact, it must be said, Donald, if we look at all the different positions, that's been a position that Jamaica has many a time produced players of quality, the goalkeeping role. If we're talking about schoolboy football, of course, the only goalkeeper to win the MVP award was Amal Knight at Wolmer's.
He was spectacular during his years at Wolmer's.
Yeah, but you think about the goalkeepers Jamaica have produced. I mean, Warren Barrett, Donovan Ricketts, Aaron Lawrence, now Blake, Andre Blake. But yeah, just to name a few, of course, those have been outstanding at the senior level.
There's another young goalkeeper, Jameson, for Wolmer's, who did well during his time. Remember him pulling off several spectacular saves. He used to be at the highlight reel well. Yeah, Jamaica blessed with a number of top young goalkeepers. The problem has always been the transition, right? That's always been the issue.
But some of those, as we said, the latter names we call have been good at senior level as well, but maybe opportunities just not been plenty, especially based on Jamaica's ranking at the time and so on.
Right.
But quality keepers. So it's so ironic that a lot of the Jamaican players look to go to the US for opportunities, and the US have been definitely very blessed with top goalkeepers.
Oh yeah,
and they have produced quite a few that have played in the English Premier League and
Tim
elsewhere.
Howard, Casey Keller, Brad Friedel, those come to mind. Really, really at the top of their game in CONCACAF.
Before that, there was a Tony Miola who started off things really in the 80s. So yeah, they have been many there as well. So the US not really anxious to look for outside talent in terms of goalkeeping because they produce so much. Lamar Neal, showing Neal a card.
Not known for his tackling, Lamar Neal, so no surprise when he goes in for one and gets booked.
United haven't really gotten any fluency in the middle of the park just yet. Haven't been able to get even close to the 18-yard area of Cavalier with anything constructive. Neal has been forced to play maybe a lot deeper than he would want.
Cavalier is going to have their work cut out for them if they are to breach the defense of Vere, as we take a look at the opportunity a couple of minutes ago on the volley. I think that was Ains with the shot,
yes,
you know.
On his favoured left foot.
Yep.
Good strike.
Ball was rolling, so they have to do that one over. Cavalier. Shot, finding Thomas. Thomas going the other way, and the ball going away.
There's another goalkeeper, another Brad from a US perspective as well. Guzan, right? Was his name Brad Guzan? Kept for Aston Villa.
He did.
Yeah.
Aston Villa certainly know how to pick them, to be fair. And now they have a World Cup winner between the sticks.
funny moment the other day. It's probably one of the bloopers of the season. It was a talented header he came up with. Martinez dived for a shot, came off the bar onto the back of his head and back into the goal, unfortunately, against Manchester United. Anyhow.
It was against Arsenal,
actually,
not Manchester United. Here is Cavalier with Atkinson. Webster trying to get that one inside the box. Vere trying to get out of the defensive third. Notice banging that one upfield. Leng in the way. Ball played through to Anderson. What a ball that was from Leng. Anderson being harassed all the time. This is now Ronaldo Webster. He's delivering side, headed away. Vere United, they were back in numbers there. Kian Henry was clipped there by Chanel Thomas and got the free kick. Neil, too much on that one. Too much on that one. Played quickly looking for Atkinson. Ball played inside. Anderson trying to get on the end of it again.
Come on, Cavalier.
You know, having a discussion about the goalkeepers, they have the longest shelf life. So when a nation has a really good goalkeeper, that can last for 10, 15 years.
Exactly.
And that keeps out other quality keepers from being allowed to shine, so to speak. And I think that's the case with what's been happening here
and they've
in
always
Jamaica.
Said goalkeepers get better with age. We've actually seen goalkeepers really come into their own when they're near 40.
Yeah, indeed.
So, I never forget Edwin van der Sar, for example, who was like just got better with age. Peter Shilton, the long-standing English goalkeeper. There's so many. Buffon, of course. Manuel Neuer now. He's been around so long. So, yeah, as you said, they can keep persons in the shadows for a lengthy period.
Yeah.
Even the same Americans you're talking. Brad Fiedler was around a long time.
Yes, behind Casey Keller.
Right.
Exactly. And then had to wait and buy this time before he could get some of the shine.
And he just continued to keep forever. He kept the likes of Zach Thornton was another American keeper who was pretty good but couldn't get an opportunity because of those two. So yeah. It's a durable position.
It is. Thomas is there, gets there ahead of Williams. Williams doing enough. That's the definition of a sweeper keeper. And Vere, can they capitalize here? Oh, they needed a better service though in the attacking third. Ball over the top, and Williams watching that one all the way.
Open your hand! Yes!
Leng. Vere United did a lot of running in this first half. Pace just slowing down a little bit. Leng again goes long. Anderson was making a run. Atkinson applying the pressure. But Vere United comfortably enough to get out of their own half now. Webster with some good defensive work, finding Chanel Thomas in the process. Decides to run into space, moving away from defenders, finding Colin Anderson. Anderson around the defender, and the booming clearance had to be made by Cummings, the former Lennon High captain, who won the Ben Francis Cup. And there you see the move again. But, yeah, Cummings coming across, doing really well. Elshot looks pretty comfortable in the back three.
Hasn't been tested much thus far, though.
Yeah, that's also true. Hence his level of comfort. Ball kept alive, and Williams was quick off his line, you know. Had to be. Colin Anderson was right there at the doorstep. But Vere United losing possession quickly in the last few minutes to Cavalier. But to be fair, Cavalier, they haven't done a whole lot. Lawrence, find the pass out wide, or at least that was the aim. Thomas lost it. Now it's played out wide. Has to go out wide to retrieve, though. I think that's Sean Campbell over there. And it's a corner kick. Yeah, it was Campbell over on the far side for Vere United. Here's a corner kick delivered inside. No problems there for Bartlett. Mina Bartlett with the catch and then the quick release looking for Dwayne Atkinson. Atkinson heads to the byline. And it's a goal kick in the end. Trying to go at it alone. Was always under pressure from Kemar Phillips there. Yep. Forced him into the error. Not the most convincing clearance, but Bartlett doing enough to punch it away. Leng with a booming ball upfield. McCleary over the top. Oh, they've given it up cheaply. Anderson running into space. The keeper is off his line and got there ahead of Anderson. Henry. Neal. Back to Henry. This is Kean Henry. Lamar Neal. Right. Henry. Ball's inside. Bartlett comes out and collects it well. And again, he's trying the quick release to Atkinson. Atkinson hounded by Phillips all the time. Neal comes in and steals it. Atkinson desperately tried to win it, and he does cleanly according to the referee. Then the challenge coming in strong on Cavaliers number 10. There's the ball inside. That was more defensive clearance from Romario Bryan. Not a lot of time remaining in stoppages. Has some space to work with Ronaldo Webster. Colin Anderson awaits. At the back post is Atkinson. This one driven over the top. And I think that should be a wrap-up of the first half. Well, in short order. Ainsworth with the effort again. He's been taking a couple of shots on target. Christopher Ainsworth. But neither he nor his team coming up with the fruit here after 45 minutes. And Bartlett has been asked to do little. Dwayne Atkinson has been instrumental, as he always is, on a consistent basis for Cavalier. But again, nothing as yet to show for it. After 45 minutes at the Ashenheim Stadium, it's goalless between Cavalier and Vere United.
Welcome back to the Ashenine Stadium on the grounds of Jamaica College, Kingston, Jamaica. And it's Jamaica Premier League action powered by Digicel. Cavalier 0, Vere United 0 after 45 minutes. Let's have a look at the highlights. Alexi Perry in charge of this fixture. Cavalier coming forward in their black and white. And Dwayne Atkinson, their 5-goal man this season, with an opportunity here, just going way too high with that strike and well over the bar. It's been mostly Cavalier in the first half. Chanel Thomas getting into the air, and what a save that was by Roger Williams. Colin Anderson looking for his 11th of the season, and doing well with his legs was Roger Williams, keeping that one out. Colin Anderson with his blonde top would continue to come forward in the wide area, inside the box, finding Christopher Ainsworth, and that would come off the left upright. Good strike, and back out. And that was all she wrote for 45 minutes. Cavalier on the front foot, unable to find the lead. 1 on target from their 7 attempts. 1 on target as well for Vere United. They only had 1 attempt though. And yeah, the yellow and green will need to do better in the second half. 11 fouls committed between the two. 1 yellow card shown to Vere United. And Cavalier, they have had 2 corners to 1 for Vere. Majority of the possession, surprisingly, for Vere United. But after 45 minutes, it's Cavalier 0, Vere United 0. We go to a break, and we leave you with highlights from our first match of the day, the Chapelton Maroons against Tivoli Gardens.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, Tivoli Gardens had quite a few chances in the first half. Alton Lewis with a hit there that was straight to Mikhail Harrison. And then another opportunity here for Tivoli Gardens. And this one was driven wide of the mark. Alex Gale was instrumental in the first half. Placed that one on a platter for the St. Lucia Evans. And Evans couldn't keep that one down. Wellington's effort, again, hitting that one straight to Mikhail Harrison. And then the free kick from Wellington, just over the crossbar. And this was set up on a platter for Alex Gale, but just bounced over his leg. And then the ball played inside, looking for Wellington. Wellington missing another opportunity there. Probably should have headed it back where it was coming from. And then an opportunity for Malik Stevens. There was a shout for a penalty. The challenge came in after the shot was taken. Stevens then sending this one inside. And then there was an appeal for a handball against Pennycook. And this is Lewis coming on as a sub. That was going goalwards, but it was blazed away by Tivoli. Gale had a much better second half, providing the assist to Aaron Elliott off the bench. Coming on pretty late in this one, scoring in the 83rd minute. Opening his account this season. That was a good finish. It was a wonderful run, first of all, and then a beautiful finish. And the coaching staff relieved, at least once it was. And then Elliott did well to find Mark Lewis, but Lewis wasn't composed enough to put this game beyond doubt into the side netting. But who was composed? Elliott. The keeper was off his line, and it's a wonderful chip, you know. Beautifully done. So composed with that one, and he knew it was going in. And then the celebration. Calm and cool. He was brilliant tonight, Aaron Elliott. lots to look ahead to on the home of champions. Liverpool against Real Madrid tomorrow, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT. Can join me for the pre-game show at 2:15 p.m. Jamaica time. And then on Wednesday, Inter Milan against Porto. It's live on Sportsmax 2 at 3 p.m. Jamaica time, 4 p.m. ECT. Yeah, so we're back here at the Ashenheim Stadium, and you're looking forward to a second half, which we hope will have a little bit more quality than the first. It's 0-0 after 45 minutes. Chris Taylor is still with me in the commentary box. What needs to be done by both teams in the second half, you feel?
I think Cavalier need to continue what they've been doing. They've found themselves in and around the 18-yard area of Vere quite a bit in the first half. It was a bit surprising to see that Vere United had majority of the possession based on statistics, but yeah, Cavalier certainly looked a lot more dangerous. I just think they maybe need to hit the target a bit more in terms of their finishing, but they have found their moments. Vere United need to be more present in the middle of the park. I don't think they have, well, it says they have majority possession, but they haven't really done anything with it in terms of moving forward.
Yeah.
And that would be disappointing for them. Just one attempt in the entire first 45 minutes. So I think for a Vere perspective, they need to get the ball further up the park as a team and look to really put the defense line of Cavalier under pressure. For Cavalier, I think they move forward well with a lot of pace and so on, but when they get that ball in the 18-yard box, they probably need to be a little bit more clinical and hit the target a bit more.
We're going to see the introduction of Ricardo Dennis. He's going to be replacing Sean Campbell. So, Vere United making a change at the start of the second half. Let's see if it will bear fruit. And they are the ones with the kickoff. They are the ones with the possession. It's a different challenge for Leng and company along this side. Ricardo Dennis, their number 10. Speedy player.
He scored already this season.
Yep.
Dennis.
Just the one goal to his name so far this season.
12 in his Premier League career. Former Glenmuir standout. Ricardo Dennis.
Ainsworth on the left. That's a wonderful ball to Anderson. No, he was close to his 11th this season. What a delivery that was, though, from Ainsworth. And Anderson knew he was close.
Good movement, good delivery. Not an easy header because he had to track backwards and just try to cushion the header. Actually, wasn't a bad attempt by Anderson. Nice work by Ainsworth, though.
Well, that was awkward. Anderson lays it off over on the right-hand side. Thomas. Too much on it. Way too much on it.
Skewed off the outside of his boot. That was supposed to have been a cross from Thomas, but it went all wrong. Well, we've seen two examples in the first couple of minutes of what both these teams need to do. So Cavalier getting a ball in the 18-yard box again, unable to hit the target. We need to see more attempts being on target for Cavalier.
Yeah, work for Jay Williams if you can.
Yeah, and then Vere on return getting the ball out, but then giving it away, and they're doing that again. You know, so need to be more present in the middle of the park, protect the ball a bit more, and not turn it over as much as what we've just seen on two occasions. So for either team, that's what they need to improve in the second 45.
Run on the keeper, press the keeper. Don't stop.
That one booted into touch. Anderson desperately trying to win that one. And it goes behind for a corner kick. Anderson with some good work there. Ainsworth to send this one in for Cavalier. Here it comes. It's a good one at the back post looking for Leng. It's headed behind for a corner kick. Nope, throw in. Right next to the corner flag, Leng with a long throw here. Back out to Leng. Ball played inside. Leng manages to keep it, takes the shot. There was a deflection on it. Another corner kick to Cavalier.
Yeah, not a bad attempt by Leng by any means. Good delivery into the box initially, and then this. That strike was going to be on target if it hadn't come off the back of the defender.
Yep. Here's the corner kick.
Ooh, that's way too deep.
Yeah, but Leng will get there. Couldn't do a lot with it though. It's a chilly night here at the Ashenheim Stadium. We saw a shot of a pot of soup in the background, which would be perfect for the situation, I suppose.
Drink it quick.
Yeah. Yeah, before it gets lukewarm, right?
At best.
At best. Leng goes long once more.
That's a nice pass.
It is to Webster. This is Ronaldo Webster. Webster's ball inside. Kept alive by Thomas. Manages to keep the ball.
Ooh.
Trying to turn and does inside the area. And need a little bit more magic there to get that one under his spell. Leng has it again. Known for his raking passes at time. McCleary with the dink inside the back post. Fabulous save by Roger Williams. Flung himself to his right, sticking the right hand out, and managed to get there just in time, and even got kudos from the Cavalier striker.
Nice ball by McCleary into the area. Picked out Atkinson well. That was a brave header by Atkinson. Not the tallest by any means, but its timing was immaculate. And that was heading in. Good save, Williams.
Corner kick coming in, and Williams is right behind it.
Used his height well.
Cavalier, they are coming closer though. But he's been the one in the way so far.
Well, you did say let him work.
Yeah.
Let him make saves, and they're doing a little bit better.
Flag is up for offside, by the way. He may be the leading contender at this point in time for player of the game, Roger Williams.
I agree.
There's the soup that we yearn for, Chris Taylor.
The cover is on, so the heat is good.
I actually heard it was really good soup over there.
I am sure it is.
By the time this game is finished,
the pot will be empty.
Yeah.
Quite a few spectators over here. I'm not sure. Maybe the tent and the design of it might actually help with the warmth. So they're probably not feeling as cold as others around who are totally exposed.
That's true.
He's well attired for the chilly conditions, Rudolph's speed. Well, they're eating away. That's corn though, Donald. I don't see any soup in sight.
Yeah, I'm not a corn person, so that can go. Here's Cavalier in the attacking third, trying to make something out of this. And little could have been done on that occasion. And Vere, can they break away now? Touch inside wasn't the most accurate, and it goes the other way. Ainsworth on it, looking for a forward option. Finding Atkinson, has a little space to work with. Dwayne Atkinson whips that one inside, and that's put behind. That could have gone anywhere, but it went in the right area, according to Shaquille Notice.
He was looking for Chanel Thomas, and most of the defenders didn't expect him to whip it across with his left foot, and that's why it came as a surprise. Well defended in the end, but good idea from Atkinson. He has been busy in the second half.
Pun intended. Ainsworth to whip this one inside. It's lovely.
Atkinson again.
Yeah, the ball is following him everywhere at the moment.
This time you'd have to say he got too much of a head onto it. Probably just wanted a glance.
Well, what can Vere do now? They are coming forward in numbers. It's an opportunity for Neil.
Oh,
Neil deciding not to take the shot. I'm wondering why. He's decided to play it out wide. And Cavalier, they're back in their structure. Lovely ball being played, but then, oh, that's a free kick, you know. That's been awarded to Vere just outside the 18-yard box.
A bit late from Shakes.
Shook him up, didn't he?
Who will be? No, Javier Brown. He would have loved to have had a kick here.
Yeah, he's injured, isn't he?
Injured and out, the number 14. Very good from the dead ball. I'm a little bit surprised that Lamar Neal is not having more to say here. It's probably going to be Ricardo Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis is there. Courton Wright can hit it as well. He's also there, the number 8 for Vere United.
Neal has walked away. He's not interested.
Fitzroy Cummings looks as if he's
Kemoy Phillips
going to be the one
there.
to take it.
Number 19.
Once the captain is there, you're going to think that he's the one that's going to take it, right? Maybe.
I think it's Phillips.
It's Cummings!
Ooh. If that was a target, it was a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been beaten there. Vina Bartlett. Could see him wanting to scamper to that far upright, but he couldn't move. And I don't think it wasn't far wide.
No, just about 3 yards or so. The effort from Cummings. Yeah, it was a decent opportunity. He pulled the rank, didn't he? Fitzroy Cummings. You had bets on Phillips taking it, but he really just kicked right through it.
Hit it well. Probably was actually pretty wide in the end, actually.
He really just punted it, didn't he, along the ground. Ainsworth touches this one inside, gets the return. Finding Atkinson, looking for a free kick. Cavalier, but they get a throw instead. Atkinson. Challenge coming in there on Atkinson. Free kick to Cavalier.
No, it goes the other way, actually.
Oh.
He's saying that Atkinson fouled the defender. He was a bit late with his kick, Atkinson. Just look here. That's why he's giving it against Atkinson. You can see why. It's one of those that nobody really comes out the better.
Bone against bone.
Yeah.
That's not nice at all. Bartlett getting some attention now. The Cavalier custodian. So there's a stoppage in play. Suffering from a bit of cramp, it seems. I suppose it's mainly due to inactivity. Hasn't been asked to do a whole lot. It's Roger Williams who's been making all the saves in this one. Phillips and his captain having a discussion on God knows what.
Something to do with the positioning.
It's a booming clearance from Williams. Right. Oh, nice interplay there. Trying to switch the play and does. Neil out wide. Neil is basically trying to get the other teammates involved, but I count a couple of chances now when he could have advanced forward. Lamar Neal. Again, Henry getting a slight knock to his mouth. Bartlett, not the proper clearance there, and it's an opportunity, and this one is wide of the mark. Well, they almost got into certain trouble there. Did Cavalier in playing that one around? Wasn't the most convincing clearance from Vina Bartlett.
And Kyle Ming crashed into the upright to try and guard the goal. This was poor from Bartlett. Just, as I said, joking with it too much in the area. I actually think Vere took too long. That wasn't well wide in the end. And Ming, well, he just wasn't looking where he was going, Ming. Did himself no good there. Still down. That needed to have been a better finish, though.
I think he tried to protect himself, you know, but still did some damage because he was going at the ball at a fair clip.
Obviously didn't realize where he was or where the ball was because the shot was well wide. No threat in the end. It was a disappointing attempt by Henry, to say the least. Just took too long. The ball was too close to him in the end as well. Didn't make enough space to open up his body. He should have been aiming for the far corner, Henry. And probably higher, so it would have been more difficult for Ming or any other player to jump.
And he used his left foot as well, which I don't think it was the best place to do.
No, I don't have a problem with him using the left foot, but I think he should have been curling it for the far corner.
With his left foot?
Yeah, and high, so that it would have been the defenders scampering back. It's very difficult for you to then run and jump to any level, so it would have probably beat them. On the ground, more chance for them to save it. Anyhow, that was a good chance, opportunity, I should say.
Ming is getting ready to come back on. As Cavalier with the ball, trying to advance their cause.
Gadil Irving.
Yeah.
If brought on, would probably be on the left-hand side of things to add some even more width.
Well,
Would you bring off at that point? Would you take off Ainsworth?
I highly doubt it. I think he's going to come into the middle of the park to replace either McCleary or Shakes. I think that's a change that's expected to be made.
But Irvin is one that likes to play with width, so...
Yeah, I don't think...
Will they go Ainsworth inside instead then?
No, Ainsworth is going to stay out wide. But let's see how that will pan out. Ball played inside the area, and it's going to go outside for a corner kick to Cavalier. Here's the corner. Lovely ball inside, spilled by Williams. And he manages to recover. Had to in the end.
Not the best clearance though. And Cavalier had players back, so I'm wondering why he still tried. They were still outnumbered there in terms of players back. He's looking for one of two players up front for Vere, and Cavalier have what, 1, 2, 3, 4 players back, plus the keeper.
I think they're hoping to win the second ball, which they have done now. Can they advance? Right on it. I was looking for the return ball. Didn't reach him. Oh, that's a delightful ball over the top. Looking for Anderson. Can he keep it in play? He can. Flag goes up. The assistant referee saying that it crossed the line. Did all of the ball cross the line? Yes, it did.
Yes.
Good call
there.
Ainsworth. He has such a dangerous delivery of the ball, Christopher Ainsworth. Oh, that's a lovely touch inside, you know. I figured that he should have just looked inside to make a run there, McCleary.
Yeah.
Decided just to play it back to Ainsworth.
They actually expected him to make the pass back to Ainsworth and allowed him the space to turn inside, but didn't have the awareness there, McCleary.
He was going in with preconceived notions. That was the issue.
I think Leng is telling him that as well. And he doesn't want to hear it. Should definitely have gone back inside. He actually put Ainsworth under more pressure.
Yeah, he did. And being forceful. Ming saying there wasn't a lot in that. Thinking that the Vere United player milked it. But Mario Bryan looked to have been shaken, if not stirred, by that coming together with Kyle Ming on that occasion.
But also his other teammate, I'm not sure who it was there, didn't do him any favor, so he ended up clattering into his own teammate. I think that is actually what would have
he ended
hurt
up
him
being
as well.
between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Jay Williams with a change of boots.
Taking his own sweet time.
Roger Williams has been busy between the sticks. Cavalier, they've had several opportunities there. That first one going to Colin Anderson. And then Williams having to make the save in the second stanza. So it's going to be a free kick to Vere. Inside the center circle. Oh, he's taking his time. Ball sent long. Atkinson touches it inside. Thomas finding Colin Anderson! Colin Anderson again! The breakthrough for Cavalier! He's been silent the last couple of weeks, but he's back on form now with his 11th this season. And finally, the breakthrough for Cavalier. 1-0 over Vere.
Using his space to great effect, Colin Anderson. And yeah, Roger Williams trying to make himself big. But based on the speed of the legs, Anderson wins that race. Good turn by Thomas. It was a lovely pass as well for the assist. And yeah, Anderson, faster than Williams, gets there before him. And just a toe poke into the far corner. That's a good finish, you know, clinical finish as well. He's in form, Colin Anderson. And 11 for the number 9.
Wonderful finish. That really was a good finish. It was what was needed to get by Roger Williams. And we did say that they were getting closer in the second half. And finally the breakthrough. And now they continue to press. It's Anderson.
First assist of the season for Chanel Thomas as well.
Well, Ming is not liking this at all, because he said that there wasn't a handled ball there.
Let's see.
No, yeah, clearly.
Yeah, definitely. Good call, Alexi Perry. What is his arm doing out like that anyhow to even comfort the ball? Even if it didn't actually touch it, you give the referee the impression that you're using the arm to aid in your control. And this could be a tricky position now.
And it wasn't even necessary, no, because he was back there alone.
Yeah,
right?
Under no pressure.
Three-man wall set up by Cavalier. Vere United trying to get back into the thick of things. Henry's delivery. And Neil diving header away. Neil still on it. Oh, he slips by one. The clearance is made in time by Cavalier. Picked up by Webster. Webster. Oh, nicely done by Ronaldo Webster. Oh, he's missed that one. Oh, what a chance for Dwayne Atkinson after wonderful work from Ronaldo Webster on the right-hand side. And if ever Atkinson received something on a platter, that was it.
What a move by Ronaldo Webster. Turning back the clock. Those are the kind of moves we're used to seeing him do at St. Elizabeth Technical years ago.
And at Olmers as well.
Yeah. Selling the cut back onto the left foot and going right. Great move. And wow, Atkinson not even hitting the target.
Even if that took a bubble, you expect him to score there. A wonderful touch. Delightful stuff. Thomas to the middle. Oh, Anderson with a weak ball there. But play continues. Webster to Thomas. Thomas keeping his footing. Plays it inside. Forcing that one inside. Thomas gets it back though. Can he keep that one in play? He can. And Vere United doing enough. Another corner kick. But Cavalier, they're hoping that they don't regret that chance that was missed earlier. Dwayne Atkinson in the area. That was some wonderful work from Ronaldo Webster. Beating his marker there, Kane Henry. And yeah, he was under some pressure.
He was under pressure, yeah, but comfortably wide too.
He's still thinking about it.
That pressure actually made him not going with full connection.
Here's the corner kick, and Williams, easy collection for him. Not the best clearance once more, but Vere United will recycle it. Horton Wright again looking for a long ball. Playing it inside to Lamar Neal. Lawrence. Back inside to Lawrence. They're appealing for a penalty here. Lawrence had played inside to right, and there's not a whole lot in that at all, actually.
Cleary just pulling out at the last minute.
Nice ball out wide. Dennis keeps it in play. Henry to Neal. Neal inside. Leng. I was just about to say that he did enough, but apparently he did too much, according to referee Perry. They move quickly. It's Neal! Save made by Bartlett. The follow-up can't really get the breakthrough here. It's behind for a goal kick to Cavalier. But Bartlett was behind that one.
Good tackle in the end by Leng. Ming not happy at all with the effort. I think it was from Shanil Thomas saying that he thought he should have put in more of an effort. Centre forward. It's a good strike by Neil though.
The likes of Chapman and Falkland will be looking at this and would be smiling. They don't want the likes of Vere to go too far away from them, away from the relegation zone. Chapman with their result earlier this evening.
Still 8 points away from Vere because they've now moved towards.
And they're still here looking on and cheering for Cavalier, I suppose.
They would have moved to 6 points now, the Maroons. Vere are on 14. Still a lot of points to be made up.
Yeah. Neil. Vere in the attacking third now. Another call against Cavalier. They're frustrated by it all now. Free kick to Vere United. Vere, they're going to be making a couple of changes here. It seems as if Corton Wright, his day is up. Jason Dyer is getting ready to come on. There is Dyer. They're looking for goals now, Vere. And Fakibi Farquharson comes on to replace Orlando Lawrence. There's the ball inside the area, headed away, but not too far away. Now the clearance is made. Cavalier, they do look a little bit nervous at the back. Cavalier warming up more subs, including Gadale Irving. He's been warming up for a while actually, so to Ronaldo Robinson right beside him. Leng with a long throw here, looking for Thomas. Back to Leng, stabs that one inside. Leng tried to win it back. They're trying to stride forward, but the play is going to be called back. Free kick to Vere. Nice touch from Webster, finding Anderson almost. Decides to go aerial again.
All right. I score. Yeah, come I don't fall that ref.
Cavalier doing well to clear their lines. Neil with space, can he shoot? Decides to play it out wide. It's a chance for Vere. And stubborn defending once again.
Well done, Ronaldo Webster.
They take it quickly. There's the ball inside the area. Barclay getting a vital fingertip on it. Oh, that's not the best defending. Williams has to knock it forward, only just to his captain. Dennis. Nice touch inside. It's Neil. Notice. To the edge of the area, the ball played back. Oh, the shot is not the best at all. Way over the top.
Nice patient build-up for once by Vere United, though.
Cummings needs to hit the target from there.
Short passes and movement. Good 1-2. Was that Dennis he was playing the 1-2 with? Looks so. Good opportunity to put something on target, but just skewed it badly. Cummings.
Go forward. Hey! You know, see how they kick there.
Atkinson was looking for a pole.
Why is he coming to our game?
Farquharson running through traffic. Yellow card is out and will be shown to McCleary, it seems. McCleary just had to hold his distance away from Farquharson. Not sure why Williams invited the pressure and then decided to go long. It was always going to be difficult for them to retain it once he decides to go long. Now he's off his line, and the flag went up offside. There's a Sportsmax app moment, courtesy of the Sportsmax app, and it's a goal in this one. Lovely touch inside from Shaniel Thomas and Anderson with the finish, a toe poke pass. Roger Williams really was a wonderful assist. The weight of the pass sublime, and Anderson getting his 11th this season. That's a Sportsmax app moment of the game, courtesy of the Sportsmax app. So the changes being made with Gadil Irving and Ronaldo Robinson getting ready to come on. And Irving is going to replace Samuel Shakes.
Took them a while.
And he's going to be playing in the central position. Shaniel Thomas is off as well, replaced by Ronaldo Robinson. Robinson, of course, on loan from Harbourview, wanting to get as many minutes as possible. Move seems to be a little bit strange because Harbourview were short on strikers yesterday. Although I guess you can consider Ronaldo Robinson more of a winger. But certainly would have filled a gap in a more central position, knows how to score goals.
Well, since the exit of Trayvon Reed, it really has caused problems for Harbourview in terms of their fluency.
Yeah.
and he is a winger, Trayvon Reed. Well, he's a versatile player, but I think that you would have wanted to keep your wingers at that point as well.
Yeah, the words of Pep Guardiola, we can't replace him.
However, you have struggled.
Ball played through, that's delightful, you know. Anderson with the run. But Robinson.
Weak square.
Yeah.
Weak cross. From Robinson.
Game is stretched now. Dennis on the ball. Moving away from McCleary. Notice. Gadil Irving for company over on that far side. We are expecting 6 minutes of stoppages here. So still time for Vere United, you think?
Although they haven't looked likely in the second half.
Anderson gives chase. Roger Williams out of his area will make the clearance.
If you're thinking of another chance, it more looks likely to come from the black and white of Cavalier. Cramp setting in. Christopher Ainsworth, he's had a really good game, Ainsworth.
Well, play continues. Oh, it has broken free. Ball sent out wide. I think that Lamar Neal has been a little bit passive this evening. Like he's not thriving on confidence of the previous matches. Yes, he's tried to get his teammates involved. But there have been a couple of chances where I felt that he could have been a little bit more direct.
3 or 4 situations in and around that 18-yard area where I agree with you. His decision has been more defensive than attacking.
Yeah.
Where it has resulted in that.
And that latest chance was another one. I felt he had an opportunity to shoot there.
This man Ainsworth would be one of the contenders for the man of the match.
Yeah.
Really good performance, some telling deliveries from the wide areas. Put in a lot of work. He hit the upright in the first half with a nice volley.
I like Shanil Thomas and the work that he did today.
Shanil Thomas also did well, came up with an assist.
Yep.
Started to look a little bit leggy in the second half, but yeah.
Yeah, not quite up to
right
100% match fitness. Then again, who is? Ball played inside.
I would have to say usual work rate from, say, Atkinson and Anderson.
And Ming,
and
I
Ming
think as
also.
well.
Leng as well was very
yeah.
good.
Yep.
In fact, I think if we're in terms of defenders, Leng has been the pick of the defenders this.
Well, let's see if they can defend once more. There was no need to on that occasion.
Leng has been top-notch in the defensive third, and when he's gotten forward as well, some good strike, couple good crosses from the wide areas. Leng is a big contender as well.
Yeah. It's between him, Ainsworth, or Shanil Thomas for me.
And I think Thomas would come third in that race, because I would even put maybe even Anderson in the end over Thomas. Ooh, that's a foul.
Well, he got to quickly do Robinson, to be fair. And, oh, yellow cards have been flashed. Both, I'm assuming, for Descent, Dennis and Farquharson. Not sure if I've seen that before outside of a melee.
Quite flashy.
Yes, indeed.
With his wave, referee Perry. He wants to hear nothing more.
So, final change for Cavalier, you'd think, as we confirm the yellow card as well to Fakibi Farquharson. Yeah, so Well, Jalodi Smith on the park for Cavalier, replacing Christopher Ainsworth, was pretty much run his race. Long throw inside the area, and there was a handled ball there from Fakibi Farkason, it seems. Yep.
Yeah, spot on. Good call by referee Perry. Farkason did admit to it as well.
Yeah, by not arguing.
Webster, another player who has played really well too.
Yeah.
Ronaldo Webster. And I can tell you, put in a good
defensive shift as well.
Yeah.
Here's Webster, inside to Anderson. Back to Webster, at least that was the aim. Kept alive. Referee says play on. Robinson ran out of real estate. Anderson will pick it up. It actually slipped. Webster actually slipped my mind. You know, he's offered a lot of work defensively and offensively.
Yeah. Yeah, Webster's had a good game. As I said, quite a few players on the Cavalier team I thought have had solid
But you're still
games.
going with Lang?
Still going with Lang.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with that. Not a lot of time remaining, you'd think. Just the one goal in it. Free kick to Vere. Booted into touch. We continue to play.
And it's looking as if Cavalier are going to do the double over Vere this season.
That's the end of the game. Cavalier with all 3 points after scoring the one goal needed. And the player who's come up trumps for them time and time again, the difference maker. His 11th goal this season, Colin Anderson. Second in the scoring charts. And Vere United, they were looking for an opportunity to move further away from the relegation zone. But it was not to be, despite Roger Williams being close to outstanding between the sticks. Several good players came to the party for Cavalier under the lights here at the Ashenheim Stadium. Very difficult to choose a player of the game, which saw Cavalier come out on top by a 1-0 over Vere United. As we take a look at the full-time highlights here. Long ball over the top. And Atkinson was busy in the early stages of this one, putting that one over the bar. Then Thomas looking to work the space. Almost provided it on a platter to Colin Anderson. That was a wonderful save from Roger Williams, who made himself big there. The combination will work well a little bit later on in this game. Then the ball sent inside, looking for Ainsworth, who struck the woodwork. Lovely floated ball inside, and Roger Williams was motionless between the sticks. Ainsworth sending this one inside, looking for Colin Anderson. Ainsworth had a really good game. Anderson with the header over the top. And then McCleary with the dink inside, and Atkinson with the header. Williams had to make the save again, but that was a wonderful ball from McCleary. And Atkinson did a lot, but not enough. And then this effort from Fitzroy Cummings wide of the mark as he barreled that one through. Vere United had an opportunity here, and lofted that one over the keeper. Keon Henry, it seemed. But it was wide of the mark on that occasion, and then the goal for Cavalier. Lovely ball inside from Shanil Thomas, and Colin Anderson would make no mistake on that occasion. Atkinson to Thomas, and then to Anderson. Wonderfully done. They were in the driver's seat then, Cavalier. They could have had more. Lovely work from Webster, and placed it on a platter for Dwayne Atkinson, who didn't finish his meal. And then Neil's effort, forcing a save from Bartlett on that occasion, moving smartly to his left low down. Cavalier with 13 shots, just a 3 on target. Vere United only had 2 on target from their 9 shots. Physical game with 19 fouls being committed and 4 yellow cards being flashed, 3 to Vere United. Cavalier with the majority of the corners, 8 out of 10. They also had the majority of the possession at 54%.
Giovanni, big 3 points for Cavalier. A clean sheet for you as well. How easy was it with your with this new shape backline without Richard King in it?
No game is never easy, but we adjust and work together and we play well. And we came away with the 3 points as well as the clean sheet, as I mentioned. It was a good game today.
You certainly got a lot of opportunity to get forward as well. We know you like your attacking flavor to add with your defensive capabilities.
Yeah, with our Vere team sitting back, that give us more space to attack, and I exploit the space whenever I could, and yeah, that was the game today.
Talk to me about young Elshot coming into the 3-man back line as well. Has he adjusted well? It seemed like he was pretty comfortable in the position.
Well, Elshot is a very versatile player, and wherever the coach put him, he's going to play his art, and he gave us a good game today, and we go on, we move forward.
All right, Giovanni, big contribution from you today. Congrats on the win and enjoy the clean sheet.
Thank you, man.
Giovanni Ling, man of the match today. Cavalier keeping yet another clean sheet. Jermaine Douglas now joins me, assistant coach of Vere United. Jermaine, not really the result you are looking for, but a pretty close game for the majority of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I thought in the first half we were a bit cagey, played a bit too safe, we weren't expressing ourselves on the ball. Second half we came into our own, lapse in concentration, and we conceded, unfortunately.
Yeah, the same player we were talking about in terms of his creative ability and so on, Lamar Neal. There were about 3 or 4 occasions where you got the ball on the 18-yard area, but just looked a bit passive, went horizontal instead of maybe a little bit more direct to goal.
Yes, it's kind of puzzling for us on the bench as well, because he's in good form, good position to take a shot and refused to. And then when he eventually took one, it's from further than those positions that presented themselves earlier. So it's kind of frustrating.
So he went for the experience and the added pace of Ricardo Dennis from the bench. Obviously, he's coming back into the fold and so on. How happy were you with his performance, or you still think that Vere were a little bit flat going forward, even in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, in the second half, we were a bit more threatening than in the first half. I thought he came on, presented himself, wasn't afraid to present himself to collect the ball, and it offered us an outlet. But he just never came off, the goal never materialized.
All right, Jermaine, all the best in the weeks to come. Something to go back to the drawing board and work on.
Definitely, thank you.
Jermaine Douglas there, assistant coach of Vere United. Rudolph Speed will now come into frame, technical director at Cavalier. Rudolph, a difficult fixture as you had predicted the fact that Vere United had been improving, but at the end of the day you got the 3 points and kept a clean sheet.
Well, yes, it was really hard work, but again, shooting let us down, make it couldn't be more easy on us. So we struggled all the way.
And it must be pleasing to see that quite a few players with good performances. The man of the match choice wasn't an easy one because many players turned up today. Even the attacking players put in a shift defensively. Ronaldo Webster, one of those players who we noticed as well.
Oh, definitely. You know, we have been working on trying to play and keep a lot more pressure on the opponents, to play a lot more relentless. So I hope you did so today because it's something that we're working on, because we know we're going to need it later on down the stretch.
And even in terms of these difficult games, we spoke about the fact that Vere United, very difficult to break down. How important and how pleasing is it to come through this kind of difficult match and still find a breakthrough?
No, I mean, it is very refreshing because we played a similar game against Mobile United a couple of weeks ago. Same difficult team. The coaches are very good. Rudy Dixon knows how to defend. So, to be honest, it was just a sigh of relief when we got that one goal. And that is why I get kind of scrappy near the end, because I say, you know what, we get one, we're not sure of another. Let us consolidate and keep this one.
Excellent stuff. Well, 11 goals now on the season for Colin Anderson. Enjoy your third place for the moment, moving up the table. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to recap the matches in match week 15. Dunbeholden with a 4-2 win over Falkland. Humberline 2-1 over Malines United. Arnick Gardens registering a win at Ferdy Park over Portman United 2-1. The scoreline there. Mount Pleasant and Harbourview. The only goalless result this week. Waterhouse with a 3-0 victory over Montego Bay United. Chapelton Maroons edging out Timothy Gardens 2-0 earlier today. And Cavalier, of course, with a 1-0 win over Vere United. And with that, Mount Pleasant still on top, 32 points, but the gap has now shrunk to 2. Arnick Gardens in second spot on 30. Cavalier right there in third spot on 29 points. Humberline close by on 27. Harbourview and Dunby holding round out the top 6. Falkland and Chapelton Maroons still in the relegation zone, but Chapelton Maroons, they're moving up in terms of points. They're now just 1 point behind Falkland, and they're still some way away, 8 points out of the relegation zone at the moment. They have a lot of work to do. So again, just reminding you of the final score here at the Ashenheim Stadium. Cavalier with a 1-0 win over Vere United. They move up to third. On behalf of the hard-working production team, including producer Ramon Stewart and Jason Sawyers, our director. And earlier today, Daniel Allen. It's goodbye from JC.